Hello and welcome back to NoBS. Today we return to talking about video games, censorship, triggered liberals, and alphabet people as well, specifically in relation to a video game called Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto has been one of the biggest video game franchises for a good long while now, but it has started to wane a little bit since this entry. This entry actually came out like 6 or 7 years ago, and they haven't even bothered to try and make a sequel. They kind of just keep expanding on Grand Theft Auto. They come out with some expansion packs, some upgrades, some microtransactions. There's an online mode. It's getting milked for everything it's got. And in that vein, in that same spirit, they're also bringing Grand Theft Auto 5 to the next generation of video game consoles. This winter in December, 2 new video game consoles are coming out. Xbox is having a new Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5 is also coming out. So with that coming and with that on its way, Grand Theft Auto and its creators, Rockstar, they're making new versions of Grand Theft Auto 5 for those new consoles. And that's what sparked this new story. What's come up around that is now people are turning back and criticizing some parts of GTA 5. Specifically, SJWs are complaining about a few jokes in there, one of them involving some alphabet characters. There was a joke about some trans people in this game, and it becomes this whole little meme, and it's just a little funny side mission, but it's become triggering for some leftists. And in light of what's going on today of current events and cancel culture on the rise, it appears GTA is getting targeted, and possibly they're starting a campaign to make the game rewrite this scene or remove it or maybe replace it with something SJW. I don't know. Maybe they want like a BLM protest in the game or something. I'm not sure what they're going for. We're going to read more about it soon. We're going to talk more about Grand Theft Auto, this story, this anti-alphabet scene, and the ridiculous article it's inspired. But first, before we get to that, let's take a quick moment to check out our sponsor. You likely already know what collagen is. Collagen makes your skin healthy and gives you a youthful look. It strengthens nails, hair, teeth, and gut health too. And it maintains your muscle as well. It improves your joints and just so much more. It's just a really, really healthy, beneficial thing you can ingest. That's why consumers are choosing ageless multi-collagen, which you can find at our website, healthwithnobs.com. That's right. Brought to you by BioTrust, you can get your own healthy collagen mix today for a very special price too. This multi-collagen mix comes in this bag right here. You put 1 scoop in your favorite drink. It's tasteless, and you mix it in and you drink it, and it'll make you healthier, and it'll make your skin, your teeth, your nails, and everything much stronger too. And rest assured, you know this company will give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, even on empty bags, so there's really no risk. I say, why not give it a try today? So get yourself some healthy collagen and help your health right away by visiting healthwithnobs.com. Thanks for your time, and now back to the show. Great, now that that's out of the way, let's get to the article in question. It comes from Engadget, and it's called GTA 5 Brings Transphobia to the Next Console Generation. Stereotype does not equal satire. So this is a picture of some of the characters. Obviously, it's some dudes dressed up as chicks, like a little cross-dressing joke. I think one of these is the main character or something like that. It's really just a silly joke. It's not to be taken this seriously. And the fact that they want to cry about it is just really showing how sensitive and woke the world has become. So let's read on and see what they have to say before we talk on. Imagine there's a marquee game coming out next year from one of the coolest AAA video game studios in the world, and its first round of marketing has just gone live. You're watching a Twitch streamer play through parts of the game in early access, showing off beautifully detailed real-world settings and NPCs living everyday lives in a bustling city. It's nighttime in the game, and the streamer, playing as a middle-aged man, approaches a group of people standing outside of a club. They're all broad-shouldered with cut biceps, and they're wearing an assortment of wigs, crop tops, miniskirts, lace stockings, and bikini bottoms. Bikini bottom like SpongeBob SquarePants? No, I think they're talking about something else here. Chest hair pokes out from some of their shirts and under layers of dramatic makeup. A few jawlines are dusted with stubble. The tight clothing highlights obvious crotch-level bulges. The streamer's character walks up to one of these NPCs and says, "Hello, sir. I mean, madame. I mean, whatever." He turns to another and says, "Well, hello, midop." And then a third, "Hey, you need to keep taking your hormones." And then he pulls out a crowbar and beats one of them to death. Now imagine the reaction of the Twitch chat. Picture the YouTube cutdowns of these scenes and subtitle screenshots making their way across Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit. So obviously this guy is triggered by some kind of live stream he might have saw. I don't know if this is just all imaginary. I don't know if this actually happened. I'd have to maybe if we read on, we'll see more about it. But all I see is just a silly joke in a game that's based on real life. I mean, if you go into some of these real cities, like this city in the Grand Theft Auto game, I forget what the name is. It's one of them is named Liberty City, but regardless, they portray these big cities with lots of crime, gangs, lots of you know, soliciting for sex. There's prostitutes, there's strip clubs, there's dirty stuff like that in the city. So the fact that you come across some alphabet people in the street like this, like these alphabet ladies of the night, that's a real thing. Like I've lived in LA, I've been to New York, I've seen stuff like this. This isn't like totally made up out of nowhere. Now, granted, the reaction and the lines said were first kind of just like funny, like talking about mid-op. It's just a little bit of a joke. And I will even go far enough to admit, I mean, the ending where you beat someone and then you go and you see the chat maybe cheering it on, that could seem a little bit too much, a little offensive, but this is just people having fun. It's video game culture. It's not like to be offensive against the actual people. They're just goofing around. So taking it too seriously is just showing like this side has a lack of sense of humor. They're just really, really rigid and they want to take people down for joking around about stuff. And what I find rather ironic here is we've seen other things in the reverse. Like we've seen them joke around about attacking conservatives and, there's been fake killings of Trump. There's been them talking about stabbing us. We had that one girl from Harvard who made a TikTok video talking about stabbing people that say all lives matter. So this happens on the other side. And yeah, they try to sometimes they might get punishments or repercussions too. But the point is, like, both sides could do this. The conservatives have different jokes and styles too. This isn't really even a conservative thing, though. I wouldn't say this is like even political. This is just kids playing a video game about crime, and they come across these ladies of the night, and then there's just a joke about it. It's not like political. The alphabets are kind of just getting triggered because I think what it is they're just used to being coddled and treated like perfect princesses all the time. And since all the media in the world is catering to them hardcore and putting them up on pedestals and giving them special treatment, they turn to this one instance where they get to be the butt of a joke and they can't take it. Like they're just too spoiled now to even take one joke. The response wouldn't be positive. In 2020, few video game fans would praise a title that includes blatant transphobia and surface level stereotypes about transgender people. The developers of Cyberpunk 2077 discovered this last year when they had to defend an in-game image of a trans model who appeared to be alongside the words "mix it up" in early marketing materials. The scene described above is exponentially more obvious and crude, and it's coming to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in 2021. Now, to me, first of all, Cyberpunk, that offense right there is totally ridiculous. It just says mix it up. I mean, this is like the littlest kind of comment. It's not even like a joke. It actually would be mixing it up if you went with this kind of model because it's not the traditional kind of model. I mean, this is just defining the way it is and showing how sensitive the alphabet is. Like, if the alphabets are this sensitive, they have to be treated with kid gloves like this. Do they really want equality? Because, I mean, we can joke about everyone else. Everyone else could take a joke. You could joke about dudes, chicks, straight people, white people. You could joke about all that. But once it comes to one little line about a trans person, I mean, God, they just go up in arms and just show how sensitive they are. And also it shows that they don't want equality because they're not asking for these jokes to be taken down about other people. In fact, they would make jokes like this towards us. So it's just a real bad sign and a real good sign to show how we've been right about this all along. And as for the next generation getting GTA 5, like I was saying in the earlier intro to this video, I think the real crime here is that we're not getting a new Grand Theft Auto. Like, I'm sick of GTA 5. Like, I've actually just played it once when it came out, and I don't think I ever went back to it. I think it might be worth replaying, but to have the same one for 7 years, like here it says it was launched in 2013, and we're not getting a sequel. It's just totally ridiculous. And it's just like they're reselling the same game. Like, that's what they're going to do with this new console version. I don't know if it's going to be full price anymore. That would be extra ridiculous. But yeah, they used to come out with new GTAs like every couple of years. Like, I think it was like 3 or 4 years at the most. But now we're running on 7 and they're just talking about re-releasing it. Like, that to me is the worst part of the story. June 11th, Sony opened its first PS5 summer showcase with the news that GTA 5 is heading to the next generation of video game consoles, presumably with its scene starring trans people unedited. Rockstar didn't respond to multiple requests for comment, but the studio released GTA 5 and 2013, 2014, and 2015 with all the original scenes intact. And it hasn't indicated plans to change anything in 2021. Yeah, well, I don't think they should change anything. I mean, this is a piece of art. This is a piece of history now. It's been out for 7 years. To revamp it and rechange it just because things changed over time is that's just rewriting history. That's just trying to alter art. It's like when they edit out these scenes from old movies or TV shows, or remove episodes of South Park from HBO Max. Like, they're just trying to revamp and re-go with PC sensibilities in the modern era. And the way I see it is, actually, it shows how much has changed in the last 7 years. Like 2013, you could still make these kinds of jokes. Like, that was before we went way SJW. Like, even by 2015, things were still okay at one point, but 2014 and 2015 was like the milestone. And then by the time you get to 2016 and Trump was elected, like, forget about it. Then the leftists just went hardcore. They doubled down. SJWs were everywhere trying to cancel everything, complaining about everything. And I think that's actually another hidden moral to this story. It shows how much has changed since 2013. Regardless, the conversation around transgender rights, visibility, and violence has changed significantly in the past 7 years. Yeah, that's what I was just saying, but they're trying to make it sound like it's a good thing. It's like a fancy way of saying, oh, everything's more PC now. If GTA 5 were a game coming out in 2020 for the first time and it contained those kinds of stereotypical or harmful representations, a lot of people would be criticizing it for those representations, says Carolyn Petit, a former GameSpot editor and Feminist Frequency managing editor, who's currently a freelance games writer. Okay, wow. Whoa, now we've got Feminist Frequency involved. Everyone should remember that name because that's a buzzword. That's a run by Anita Sarkeesian. So this is someone that worked with Anita Sarkeesian. Obviously, they're terrible. Obviously, they're super SJW and focused on woke politics and just censoring all media. Like, these people aren't even gamers. They're just like leftists that are coming in, pretending to like games, and then just trying to take them over and tell us all what to do. They go towards the popular ones and try to tear them down and make them rewrite things like they're saying right here. And the most messed up part of this article, and what's crazy, is this is like trying to hype it up as if it's a good thing. Like, this is a bad thing. Things have gotten more PC and more strict and terrible since 2013, and that's not good. 2013 was better. 2005 was even better. Go back to the 90s and you could joke about lots of stuff. Like, I know I sound like a boomer right now, but I really miss the olden days and the times when you can make these jokes. But granted, this does give us a lot to talk about, lots of interesting stories to kind of hate on, but I wish it wasn't that true. I wish I could just be playing these video games and not having to bat down SJWs, and Feminist Frequency is still being taken seriously. Like, this group is a joke. I can't believe they even listed it here. This is an embarrassment. Like, Engadget supporting this in their article is ridiculous, and it just shows how terrible and biased this all has become. That about wraps things up. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you comment your thoughts on everything below. Tell me what you think about GTA, how it's getting re-released again, and how these modern SJWs are trying to re-edit this historic game. In addition, also hit the like button to help this video get shared, and also subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell for notifications for new uploads, and also check out our second channel, NoBS News. Extra videos and live streams are being posted on there every week too. So check it out. Thanks for your time. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next one.